Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Simon
And I'm Steve.
and we are the Worlds of Wall Street. So today we're going to go and talk about Crypto.com, i.e. CRO, which you can find on the exchange. And we'll run through exactly what they have to offer and a bit of some interesting partnership news as recent news has come to fruition in the last few weeks. And Steve will do a little run through as well of the app and everything, all funky to do with Crypto.com. So without further ado, let's go straight into this. The world's fastest growing crypto app. So this is one of the most popular exchanges out there, one of the most popular crypto apps out there as well. It's something of great interest to many people, from just mainly because of the awesome features that it offers. So I'm not going to talk too much myself on this one because yes, I do hold some Crow, but my friend here, Steve, is the big Crypto.com fan here. But Steve, talk us through the app, and then we'll go quickly into the cards as well.
Of course, yeah. I don't possess a huge amount of the Crow token, but a small bag, as it were. My main aim was to get the Crypto.com card to be able to start spending assets using cryptocurrency, or some cryptocurrencies, for what they actually are supposed to be used for. So yeah, the app is excellent. I find really intuitive, great for beginners, simple layout too. There's quite a few options on there. So you, at the top, you can see your total balance on the app, which is obviously different from some others that we use, such as Binance or Coinbase. You can then set your favorites and track the movements of each asset, how much they're going up or down, etc. It will also give you a gainers and losers of the day. So it's really good in that respect. You can also stake money in what is called a supercharger. So you put a certain amount of Crow in, a little bit like Binance. What's it called, Simon? The
Binance Earn kind of thing.
Yeah, well, their staking pool that they have.
Launchpad.
Launchpad, that's it. So it's a little bit like Launchpad, where you get rewards in other tokens, but instead of it being a token that's launching on the Binance Smart Chain, it's ones that already exist. So at the moment, you've got Bitcoin as their reward.
Yeah.
So if you stake X amount of Crow, it works it out over a charging period of normally around about 45 days or so. And at the moment, it's giving you an APY of just over 7% of what you staked in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting, and then it dishes it out depending on how much Crow you've got in. So it's a great way to earn other assets too. They've had Engine Coin in the past. They've also had Shiba Inu that some people are into. So a wealth of things that you can do on there. As for the card itself, there's loads of options, and it's all dependent on how much you want to put in. I really wanted a metal card, so I put in the minimum amount I could get for the metal card, which is £300. You do have to stake for 180 days, which is 6 months, before you can retrieve your assets that you've staked in there. I would say with the card, I signed up for mine about 4 months ago. It said on the app that the status of the card was shipped about a month later or so, and I still haven't received the card yet. So
I'm hearing a lot of that.
I've got onto Crypto.com. I've asked them. I would say that their customer service isn't the best. The fact that I was told to just wait a little while longer, it's taking a while to process stuff at the moment. Not great for a customer experience when it's something that you've put money into to get and use as a product. But if we go through the cards, the first one being the blue card, I can't remember the actual name of it, but it's plastic. It's free if you just want to use that, so you can tie it in with the app and spend crypto. It still works as a Visa card in that regard. If you then want to start getting the steel cards, you then go into your Ruby card, where you need to stake £300 worth of Crow.
That's the one you've got, isn't it?
That's the one I've got. You do then also get 2% cash back as well on your spending, and it also unlocks Spotify. So you can, if you pay for Spotify using your crypto card, they reimburse you that money up to a certain amount. You then have your Jade and Indigo cards, which cost, I think, £3,000. to be able to unlock those. Gives you a slightly higher percentage of cashback and more benefits like Netflix. You then go on to your rose gold and white metal card where you need £30,000. So I'd say this is for people that are slightly high rollers. Again, you get then 5% as a reward. It unlocks even more benefits. You get things like airport lounge access. We've got further down the list, haven't we, Si, as well? Expedia discounts, Amazon Prime, not quite an Airbnb one yet, but you also get bonus rewards, welcome packs, etc. So it gives you a bit more. But the one that everyone wants, and I'm sure if anyone's involved in crypto and really wants to make life-changing money because of it, is the Obsidian card, which is your black metal card. You need £300,000 worth of Crow staked to get that. So not a small fee, but it does unlock a wealth of benefits. You get everything that Crypto.com offer. You get their Netflix, Amazon Prime, Spotify, airport lounge access. You even get membership to a private jet club.
It's incredible
as well. So if you end up making huge amounts of money with crypto, or you just have huge amounts of money and want to put it into crypto and use a Crypto.com card, then the Obsidian card gets you so many benefits as well.
What I like about all this, mate, is it's kind of like what banks should be. Like, banks are so old school. Like, you have really poor saving accounts and things like this, or saving options. And I think, like, for me, I think these kind of exchanges are what's going to replace banks. There's no doubt in my mind, because customers want more and more out of things. They want, like, the benefits of, like, the Prime, the Airbnb to match their lifestyle. Banks don't really offer that. They just seem to take your money, store it, print a load more, and that's about it. And I think these exchanges, these kind of cards, the fact that it's a Visa partnership already anyway with the card side of things, it just speaks volumes of where crypto's going and where these kind of exchanges and organizations are going. And they just deliver. They deliver so much to the customer. Even on the smaller cards, if you don't have that much money, they still offer you, great benefits.
100%. And the apps work in sync with each other. So if you want to own your keys to crypto, as it were, you can use their DeFi wallet. You can store all of your crypto assets and seamlessly move them between the DeFi wallet and the Crypto.com app, load them onto your Visa card, and then spend them as you wish.
I think it's incredible. And I think one of the things you pointed out the other day to me is, because I'm not massively familiar with the app and everything, but like you mentioned just a minute ago about the Binance Earn side of things, that's a big project right there. And I know that you said that some of them aren't as good as some of the other exchanges, but for things like Bitcoin and Ethereum, you mentioned that they're quite significant.
Yeah, they're higher. So I would say the majority of my holdings are on Binance Earn. I don't plan to sell a lot of stuff at the moment, so I want to earn interest on that and earn more of that crypto. At the moment, I think Bitcoin on Binance Earn is around about 0.5% or under. Even moving it to Crypto.com, this is something I will be doing. Even having it on a flexible earn side of the app, it's 1.5%. It's
incredible.
If you want to lock it away for 3 months, 1 month, you get 3%. If you want to lock it away for 3 months, and a lot of people want to hold their crypto really long term and not really bothered about doing much with it in this cycle, it's 6%.
Yeah. I really like the list of what's available. A lot of the exchanges don't have many of these, but I think there's some significant interest rates on there on multiple really good coins and crypto assets out there. I particularly like the Crow coin or the Crow token itself, because obviously you can get better fees or reduction in fees of things that you're doing via the exchange and on the app, but also it just generally store of value. I see this in the long term being like the BNB coin of Binance. The more people that get involved in the exchange, the more people get involved in the benefits of the exchange. Like Binance, the BNB coin, you can obviously use it to swap on the DEX platforms for not necessarily NFTs, but other swap tokens and things like that. And I think contributing to the reduction in fees, and I just think in general, these kind of exchanges will really compete with the CBDCs out there, that side of thing also. But I guess the next thing we can look into, mate, is the NFT side of things, not just on the platform itself, but of course what we've seen in the news recently, F1 and UFC. Let's have a quick chat about that.
certain partnerships that Crypto.com have affiliated themselves, or companies they've affiliated themselves to now with partnerships, the UFC and the F1 being a pair of them. With the NFT platform as well, that's something that you can access via their DeFi wallet, buy, sell, whatever with NFTs. And I also think this is a section of the sector that isn't going to necessarily go away even through a bare winter. I think that everyone and their granny now is putting out NFTs. Every celebrity is putting out NFTs. You see the prices they're going for. Any coins that are linked to NFTs or gaming, for example, are still going to have a purpose and may not see the dip that we may see at the end of this particular bull run. So we'll talk about NFTs, and then I think maybe the partnerships in just a second.
Yeah, and I think one thing I liked about the NFT platform on crypto, not just via the app, but also the way they present it online, it seems like there's a big race now with all these exchanges trying to get their DEX platforms in place, the NFT platforms in place. There's really an NFT race going on right now. And I know back in the last bull cycle, everyone was sort of anticipating that, this is just a bubble, it's going to disappear. I don't believe that for 1 second. Like, I spoke about a couple of videos ago of like the interaction that you get with collectibles and the excitement around, buying things, especially limited edition things.
One of one items, mate. This is the thing.
Exactly.
You're owning something that no one else owns.
Exactly.
Which only makes it more valuable. Imagine owning an original, one of one painting of a famous artist. It's only going to increase in value over time, and that's what NFTs give customers and people that want to own a part of an artist's back catalogue, where they own, like I think Eminem sold an original track, like a raw cut track from a recording session, for like $1 million.
It's mental.
So but
it's
that
what
person
you
now
can do
owns that forever.
Exactly. And it's what you can do with it. Like the platforms are like Decentraland, when eventually the world goes into the blockchain gaming, taking your piece of art, putting it in your virtual showrooms and things like this. There's just no end to it. But I think let's talk about the partnerships, mate. And so obviously this is right down your street in terms of the sports and things like that that have come out about. Obviously, we've done a video quite recently on the Formula One side of things. I guess like that's quite interesting. It's more like their sponsorship and building their brand awareness within this kind of category and industry. But what I do know for a fact is like in the near future is like buying your F1 kind of like collectible items again for showrooms or things like this. It's a big show off thing, trading. It's almost like trump cards when you're a kid.
And you'll be able to transfer them to other apps, the VV app, etc., that uses a Komi, the OMI token. Like you'll be able to store it on there. I think that Crypto.com have been extremely smart in the people they've chosen to partner up with. I mean, there are crypto partners for various companies out there, but I'd say Crypto.com is maybe I'm incorrect, but I don't think it's one of the most widely used exchanges and platforms. I'd say like Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, I'd say are bigger or more widely used, especially in the UK and in America. They obviously have loads of others. But with partnering with huge companies, both globally in F1, but F1 is obviously clearly big in the UK, and the UFC, only just furthers their brand and it gives it so much more exposure. The deal with the UFC alone is worth $175 million for a 10-year partnership with that company. UFC is still a growing brand, so they're going to grow with that company as well. And for Formula One, it's super exciting having the Crypto.com logo brand plastered over Formula One, which is an extremely lucrative sport as it is anyway. Is incredible.
I think it's fantastic. There's a note here as well about the naming rights or naming, advertising and things within certain stadiums and things as well. Like this is an exchange we're talking about. There's got, in the grand scheme of things, crypto is so early still, as we just mentioned a moment ago. They've got a substantial amount of money to throw around. This is just showing you, like I said earlier. The banks, you got you used to have like the Barclays Premier League and all this sort of thing, but for me, this is so much cooler, so much more fun, and it's so much more engaging with people on so many levels.
Well, we talked about Chili's and Socios in another video and how they've teamed up with multiple sports teams. Since that video, more have been added. I think Valencia, there's been Arsenal, the Premier League team, have now joined the Socios platform and using Chili's. But with this type of partnership that Crypto.com has, especially with F1, it's not going away.
No.
There's no way a company like Formula One or a brand like Formula One would get into bed with a crypto company in general without having done all their due diligence, and it only shows you that it's here to stay, it's going to get bigger, and you want to get in while it's still relatively raw.
Just a thing on here, it's just like, even like tickets, like for me, I've got all my old Tottenham tickets when I was a kid, all upstairs in pristine condition, and that's something I'll always hold with me. But like these kind of things, this is what people want, especially like the next generation of the kids and stuff coming up. They want this sort of stuff. They know where this is going. They know what they can do with it in the future. It's just no end to it. And I know we're going off on a bit of a tangent on NFTs here, but I think it's just the emphasis of Crypto.com giving a complete package of everything that you want out of this space.
That's exactly how I was going to summarize this particular video.
I took it from you.
You did, is that we'll talk about price in a sec, but with Crypto.com, it gives you everything that you want. Certain exchanges will be better.
Yeah.
Certain for trading, etc., or for storing your money, or ease of use, etc.
Yeah.
Not that I don't think Crypto.com is very easy to use, it is, but it gives you everything in one place. You can own the keys to your crypto on the DeFi wallet. You can buy and purchase via the app. You can earn interest on your digital assets. You can buy NFTs. You can sell NFTs. You can use their Visa card. It's, for me, I think it's the best all-round app and platform out there at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, just from doing this video with you, it's encouraging me more to want to download it and use it. And I think that's what it's about. It's about awareness. Perhaps, Crypto.com have realized that they need to do a bigger exposure element of this. We see eToro around all over the place now on various ad boards, on TV and sports. And these guys are obviously trying to develop that necessity and that idea. And like you said earlier, I do think it's one of the less, ones that are of awareness to everyone compared to all the other exchanges. And it's clear that they're putting some marketing collateral behind it to push that. So it's going to be interesting, and obviously we'll do some more video updates as we go along in the coming months and as they keep doing announcements. But yeah, for sure, it's exciting times for this platform, and hopefully you guys have learned something out of this video. This is a quick sort of overview, if you like, of the pricing structures at the moment. So we're currently sat at around just over the 12 cent mark. Now, I think when I bought Crow, it was a bit high, and
I certainly did. I was getting around the 20 cent mark.
Yeah, and to be fair, I'm still happy with that because I believe in the long run approach to this for sure. Obviously, it would be a lot better if I bought it at the 12 cents it is now, but that's the lesson learned on that one. But what's I think encouraging, you've had sort of a price prediction in your mind, mate. What do you think that you're going to see in this next bull cycle?
I think seeing that the early run up it had in the first part of the year and getting up to that, I think it got to about 27 cents at the very highest point. Because I was laughing about a week or two after actually staking my Crow. I was like, this is fantastic. And then we obviously got the big crash. I think that's probably only half of what it's capable of doing in this particular cycle. We're starting to see rises again. Hopefully this is a kind of V dip that we in this particular market before we hit the end. And I would say my optimistic estimation would be to see the Crow token around about the 50 cent mark.
50. Yeah. Okay. It's I tell you what, actually, one of the key things that I always like about the fib retracement, of course, it's a good algorithm in the back that helps this. This fib retracement system here is actually saying that we could potentially sort of be looking, and obviously this is very much a guideline, up towards that dollar mark. Now, I think that's quite ambitious, and I would like to review this with you Obviously, maybe in a month's time, I do believe we're about to enter the next sort of bull cycle. We're starting to see some really good positive trends with new higher lows. So let's have a look at that again in August. I'm not fully convinced that we'll get to that dollar, but I'm with you, mate, on the, you know, that sort of halfway mark of the 50 to 60 cent mark. It's going to be really interesting. I think a lot of it's going to delve around what they do with more partnerships and the news that comes out, but also more and more people coming to the platform, getting involved in the things like you've mentioned about the Visa card and all the other cool services.
The Crow token
exactly
to stake. Yeah.
Exactly. It's all about the adoption of it, as well as the fundamentals. We always talk about fundamental tokens. It doesn't mean it has to be a fundamental project of blockchain stuff. It could be fundamental in the sense that the exchange is there, the offerings are there, the benefits. You know, you've got the earn, you've got the credit applications to get potential loans, the NFTs, the DEX, everything's on there ready to go. And that's why I think it is one of the fundamentals. It is an exchange, but it's one of the fundamental tokens to be delving into for sure. And that's where I think the fib retracement probably does win that argument of being slightly higher. But we like to be realistic, right? And be a bit more conservative.
Yeah, it leads to less disappointment.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't look as bad if it's this sort of thing. So, yeah, I guess that wraps that up, mate. You know, really appreciate your insight to this. You know, it's something, like I said, it's something that I've recently started adding to my portfolio. I know you've had it longer than I have. But yeah, what do you think Crow or Crypto.com needs to do next to push it to that next level?
For me, it's seeing how the next portion of this bull run goes, getting more retail investors involved. I think it's the big part of its plan is to get people onto that particular app using their Visa credit cards or Visa debit cards, storing their assets in their DeFi wallet, purchasing NFTs. The more people that adopt the app is what will see the price of this particular token increase. That being said, it's not all bells and whistles. I would say that the customer service side of things isn't fantastic right now, whether that's because they were inundated with new members or wanting the same thing and they haven't quite got up to speed with that yet. I will let you know if I get any more luck with the card coming through, because it has been a few months. But it is promising. It is early days. I think that they're probably still learning as a company as it is anyway. And I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt on that.
All right, mate. Well, that's fantastic. Well, let us know, guys, whether you're invested in Crow or not in the comments below. We always really appreciate them. And of course, we always reply as and when we can. And let us know as well, you know, what you think of any of the projects that are coming out with these guys recently. Yeah, like I said, we're always interested in what you have to say. Please do like and subscribe the video. It helps us out massively. And of course, we have TikTok and Telegram. Please join us on there as we build those platforms well. Get more involved with our channel. Shush, Siri. So other than that, mate, I guess that just leaves us to say, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it informative. And we'll see you and Crow on the moon. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.